Ketosis Mom followers and Amazon shoppers, and happy Prime Day. This is the second day into our Prime Day deals. Hopefully this stream works. I know that there's been a lot of reports of live streams not coming across today because there's so many people trying to stream, and Amazon themselves are also streaming today. So let's hope this works. I like to always start right here because you can tap follow in our storefront page. You can also tap follow on this live stream right now. There's also a heart button down below that you can heart our stream to let Amazon know that you enjoy watching our streams or that you found something useful on here as well. At the very top of my storefront, you're going to see something new on Amazon that's called Curations. We have added in gift guides up there as well. And Joe, who you're seeing right now, has also been helping me put together those gifting curations.
And I'm trying to make sure everything's working okay on the live stream on my end.
Yes. So we just tried to go live, and what we're noticing and what we've seen on a lot of our groups is that because it's Prime Day deals and because everybody's trying to stream and because Amazon themselves are streaming, that all the bandwidth is basically gone. So we're going to try to do this and make sure that it works. Can you hear me on there, Joe?
I'm trying now because
let's see. Let me turn up mine and we'll see if we have
No, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. We are good.
Yeah.
So if for any reason during our stream it starts looking choppy or you can't hear us or something's going wrong, please let us know, because on our end, everything looks great in our system, in our streaming system. So we are good to go. We're going to go ahead and get started today on our very first product, which is right here. This is what I used today on if you were watching me during our previous stream that got cut, this is what I used today to basically, I guess, straighten my hair. I typically do not put a lot of heat on my hair because I don't like to cause a lot of damage to my hair. And so today we're sponsored by Nutri, and I'm going to be going over some of the products that when I thought back of when my hair was the healthiest, those were the products that I was using. So I will go over those today. This is a blow dryer, but it is also a round brush. So you basically are just round brushing your hair the same time that you're blowing it dry, so that you don't have to have multiple arms, like one with a brush, one with a hair dryer, and trying to get things done. I have found this is also really great to use if you have kids, especially with the weather getting cooler. Joe and I were talking about how cool our house was last night and how you don't want anybody going to bed with wet hair. So this is something that I would also use on kids, and I really like it. Of all the different round brushes that I've used before, this is definitely one that I think is good go. And so because it's on Prime Day deal, I wanted to be sure that I added it today since I'm talking about hair health. Also, in talking about hair health, if you've been following me, and if you're not, tap the follow button, then you know that Joe makes fun of me a lot for my, what he calls, Star Wars hair curler here. This is a heatless curler. It is made out of the same satin material that the Kitsch pillowcases are made out of. So this is not going to pull on your hair. It's not going to cause any type of friction or frizz with your hair either, which is what you're really looking for when you're trying to create those heatless curls. It's very comfortable. I can sleep in this. It's also what I would call moldable, so you can do it, you know, Pippi Longstyle styling if you want to. But this is what I use, and I travel with this as well. I can put this in, just kind of dampen my hair, and because my hair curls really well and wants to curl, it will curl as soon as it dries with this in. The next item we're going to be going over today is from one of our sponsors.
It looks like people are clicking on it.
Yay! People, just like people are clicking on it. So if you watched when we were just live, you saw that this is one of my reconstruction, like the oil treatment that really works on the ends of your hair down here. So the last time I went to go see my hairdresser, I was talking to her about what products I was using, you know, how I really wasn't, you know, too impressed with some of them, and she was giving me some suggestions. She, of course, said make sure that anytime you're using a protein treatment that you're also giving your hair hydration back. So this little gold, and it's appropriately named gold, it almost looks like there's gold in here. This is a gold hair shine reconstruction. I call it an ampule, but like a booster, right? You're not going to use this every time you wash your hair, depending on how dry the ends of your hair are. Basically, I would say from like your ears down. will determine how often you need this. So this has a lot of different oils in it, namely the shea oil. It also has fatty acids. It also has vitamin, I believe, E and D in here as well. This is basically just, let's hydrate the ends of our hair because they've gotten dry, right? You don't want your ends to start getting dry, because then that's when you think that you start needing to get it all cut off because it looks frizzy, it looks like split ends. So you want to make sure that you are using something like this little ampule, and because it's on deal, and because I used to use these, I used to use the Nutri little ampules, almost like a hot oil treatment, about 2 times a month. So about 2 times a month I was using these. And when I thought back on when the last time my hair really felt good it was when I was using these products. So along with what my hairdresser said, and along with those of you who need more hydration in your hair, especially if you're using anything that's like a protein mask, if you don't grab what I would call a quick reconstruction thing like this, then you're going to want to get this from Bray. This is called the Essential Spray. This is a hair repair spray that you can use every time you wash your hair and you leave it in your hair. It's a thicker conditioner, but what I really love about the bottle is that it has this lock right here. So if you do travel a lot like I do and you're afraid this is going to start spraying on everything, you simply just lock it right there in place and then it's not going to spray, which is good. This also smells amazing. Let me just tell you a little bit about what it smells like because of what's in it. This has coconut, blackberry, apricot, and if you just think about what those smells together would smell like, it smells exactly like that. This is also for hydrating your hair as well, like I said, and shine, and it has hyaluronic acid in it. And so I've seen a lot of people on social media basically just taking a hyaluronic acid serum and trying to put it into the ends of their hair that's really meant for skincare. And you really want to make sure that you're getting one that is meant for your hair, okay? Because that's going to be really important as to how well it can penetrate and how well it's going to work with your hair specifically. I did use this today. I absolutely love the smell, and it's one of my favorites. So this is the Essential Spray. So these two right here are going to be hydrators. So if you need hair hydration, boom, you can get them both because they're on deal today. All right, the very next item I'm going to go over, I had a hard time finding it. I used this about 2 years ago, and it was called something different. So I want to point this out to you all. This used to be called the Brazilian Botox. Now it's called Brazilian Bondox Expert because this is working on the bonds of your hair. This specifically is also a hydrator and a reconstructor for your hair, but it is a much thicker mask. So this has the fatty acids, it has vitamin A, E, and D. So you're adding more vitamins. And then this has the shea oil, almond oil, and olive oil. So this is really, if you want that hair that when you blow it dry or you straighten it, it looks shiny, which I do. So I plan on using this next time I wash my hair. You do have to use heat with this though to activate it, okay? So when you're using this, it's a hair conditioner treatment. You're going to wash your hair as normal. You're going to put this on the ends of your hair. You're going to leave it on, it says, for about 20 to 40 minutes, and then you're going to rinse, okay? Once you do that for 20 to 40 minutes and you rinse, you want to make sure that you blow dry your hair and that you do any kind of styling that you want to with it, the heat or anything else. That is going to create that very shiny, frizz-free hair. So if that's what you're looking for, and you don't use this every single time. I only use this back when I used it about 1 time a month. Some people might need to use it about 2 times a month. Okay, so again, this used to be called the Brazilian Botox, which I still have a very small jar left of that. Now it's called Brazilian Bondox. So I want to point that out to everybody. The pink stuff, the pink jar, and it has a really nice smell. It almost smells like, I would say bubble gum. It has kind of a fruity, bubblicious type smell. So it's not so strong and overpowering like some of the other things that I've used that has promised frizz-free hair. So these are all products over here, and I'm going to go over this one later, that I used to use about 2 years ago when my hair really looked its best. So I found them all on deal. I reached out. I actually had to reach out to the rep and say, hey, I'm trying to find the Botox and I can't find it anywhere. And that's when she let me know that it has been rebranded under Bond-Ox. So now I know. All right, I know Joe's getting bored over there because I've got all the stuff today. I think, yeah. Do you want me to throw some stuff to you, honey?
No, that's all right.
Joe got to talk the most yesterday, and I wasn't planning on him being with me today, so that's okay. The next item I'm going to go over, this is from Life Pro. This is a vibrating massaging ball. It comes in a little box like this in case you're looking at gifting this to a fitness fanatic or someone like me who just gets really tight muscles in their back. Yeah. This is for me, and I get a tight muscle right underneath my right shoulder blade all the time. So I have to take this, and you can use this even just seated in a chair, and I will put it right where that is. And oh my gosh, this feels so good. And I will just roll back and forth over anywhere that it's tight. The vibrating of this also, in my opinion, really helps. And instead of getting down on a full-size foam roller to try and work this out, because a lot of times it can't get underneath my shoulder blade like this can, then I just kind of roll until that muscle or whatever is tight back there lets up and loosens. And so this actually sits next to my bed at night. You do want to do this on a hard surface. You're not going to be able to, lay in the bed and do it because it's just going to sink down into the bed. So you can lie on the floor, you can sit in a chair, you can stand up against the wall, anything like that. You will be able to use this from Life Pro. So I saw that my handy dandy massage ball was on deal, and I wanted to talk about that with everybody today as well. The next item that I will cover, I'm going to cover it over here. I did this one yesterday, and I had a lot of people reaching out asking additional questions about this specifically. So yes, this is on deal. Microderm Glow also has a lot of their larger sets on deal as well. So what I mean by that is when you click on what's featured right now, underneath the title, it will say, the Microderm Glow store. You can click there and see everything that they have on deal. So this is the single unit. It does come with additional filter heads. Yes, you can also buy those. So that was probably the biggest question that I was receiving from people is, where do I replace the heads? How do I replace the heads? It's all on Amazon. You can get it all on Amazon. It's all right there. This is the base unit down here. This is another question that I got. This is the base unit down here, and you plug this in. So this would sit somewhere plugged in. This is the unit that comes off. You pull this off the base, and then you can use it from the base. If you have not charged it, you can also just plug straight in to the device. So let's say you don't want to leave this sitting out on your counter. Fine, just plug it in when you're ready to use it. Turn it on, and then you can select the mode. This was another question that I got from people. Do you have to use where it says you're doing your forehead right now and then you stay there? Does it recognize that you're there? The answer is no, you do not. You do not have to do the guided mode for this. You can do a manual mode, just have it running the full time and go anywhere that you want to. For me, I like the guided mode because if I don't have the guided mode, I'm afraid that I'm going to stay in one spot too long, and I don't want to do anything that's damaging to my face. So I don't want to stay on my forehead for 5 minutes if I'm really only supposed to be on my forehead for about 50 seconds. Does that make sense? So those were some questions that I had about the Microderm Glow. Yes, this is my #1 choice for microdermabrasion at home. I really have enjoyed this little unit right here, and I do like it. Another thing that I've been using at home for probably about, and I don't want to just toss this on the ground because I don't want to mess it up, for about a year now is the Sola Wave. And this is a little kind of, it's already going. As soon as you touch it, it starts going. You flip this over so it almost looks like a razor. And then this side on this over here has the red light therapy. And this I typically use with my normal serum that I use on my face. And I don't want to touch my face with it right now because I have makeup. So I'm going to flip it this way, but you will turn it this way to use it. You basically just go across your face anywhere that you might have lines, you know, any kind of wrinkles, any kind of discoloration that you want to work on. You can go down here and then go up, but it is not recommended to use this on your eyes. And then you're basically going to just keep working up with this red light therapy with a serum on your face so that it glides smoothly. I've really liked this a lot. I have only had to charge this, I think, one time ever, and I probably need to charge it again soon, and I use this weekly as well. The next item that I'm going to go over, let me put this back. Ooh, it's already going off on me again. The next item that I'm going to go over, I have the box right back here. I have also had questions in the past about my Rejuva wrap from Life Pro. So yesterday I went over this with everybody and I told everybody, okay, this is the infrared technology sauna wrap. This is a sauna wrap by Life Pro Wellness Recovery. So on here, I'm going to read you what it says on the box. It says to decrease stress, self-care, and joint pain relief. So I personally, my experience, I have joint pain, which is why I got this. This is IR, so infrared therapy, and I can go and lay in this. There's certain settings on the device for joint pain specifically that I use, and I like it. It's laying on the floor over in my gym. I did have a video that I was going to show. However, because the bandwidth with Amazon is not so great today, I'm not going to show it because every time I show videos and then try to come back, that's when things start getting a little glitchy today because of that. I will show when I'm typically using this. I usually have, and Joe's gonna be on camera with our next item up in just a little bit, I think. I typically am on the Peloton. So the Peloton is on Prime Day deal today. When I look at what the price is now versus what I paid for the Peloton, it's outrageous. So if you've ever thought about getting a Peloton or felt like you might like it, I do recommend getting one. It really is a great exercise bike. And this lays, if you look over in the very left-hand corner, you can see that my Life Pro mat lays right on the floor next to my Peloton, because once I get off the bike, I can go lay in this to help my body recover. And if you want to just sweat more, then you can get in an infrared sauna as soon as you're done working out and just keep the sweat going, if that makes sense. All right, let me pull this one down because we won't need that again. We will need that. And let's go into, oh, I thought Joe was coming up and he's not. Not yet, it's still me. I did not organize this very well today, did I? I didn't give Joe a chance to talk. Okay, we were talking about microdermabrasion and kind of working on getting layers of skin off. So this is my favorite sugar scrub. This is from Era Organics. It is an exfoliator that has coconut oil, kaolin clay, rosemary, jojoba oil, almond oil, and witch hazel, which are all things that I've used in everyday skincare for a very long time. This is also my children's favorite sugar scrub. They always ask, can they use my scrub every time they get to take a bath up in my bath? And so you can actually see their little fingers going down in there because they really like using this. So I saw that it was on deal today and I wanted to mention it as well. Along the same lines of the microdermabrasion and Era Organics, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. There's also the Era Organics actual microdermabrasion paste that is on deal as well. So if you're not wanting to do one of the devices that's basically working away, getting away a top layer of skin for your skincare to go in better, or maybe a sugar scrub on like your arms doesn't get enough off, because I have thicker skin on my arms. So I will also sometimes use this. This has Manuka honey walnut scrub, and it's also a mask, but I will often use this on my arms as well, just because this is a little bit thicker and I can scrub a little harder with this one. So this is the microdermabrasion paste or mask. I also have from Era Organics their bath blend, which I really enjoy as well. So anytime, I told you all I have like joint issues, sore muscles, stiff joints, aching feet, you know, inflammation, anything like that, you can typically put a bath salt. So this is an Epsom salt with essential oil. These are very basic ingredients with all of the Era Organic products, which I can really appreciate. And this has been my favorite bath blend, bath salt for a while, and I saw it was on deal. Wanted to show you guys. Moving into the cold weather era, I guess we could say, everyone also starts losing their tan, which is like depressing for many. And so I did see that the Glow to Go self-tanning mini towels that I like. I've really liked the Thermalabs like self-tanning products in general. Anytime I need to get a little bit more color during the colder months. I saw that the 10-pack was on deal, as well as their Ultimate. And so this is the self-tanning mitt that really just kind of helps you get everything in without getting it all over your hands, which is really great as well. So if you're going to start tanning, make sure that you get something like this Ultimate. Now we get to go to Joe. Yay!
So I do have the Life Pro Allegra hand massager and warmer. One of the nice things about this, and you might be able to see it, it does have an indicator as to how much battery's left on it. It is USB chargeable. Right, this is, I'm trying to find it. Yep, there it is. And it does have 5 different settings for intensity, 5 different settings for mode, 2 different levels of vibration, and like I said, it also has the heat. Your hand just kind of fits inside there. There's a little ball where your fingers are and another pad inside, but feels kind of nice even without it on. But then you turn it on and
I like it. It compresses.
Different levels of vibrations, intensity. So very nice. Jen uses it quite often.
I do. I told you all I have joint pain, and a lot of times my hands just don't, they feel like they just aren't wanting to function, or they can feel swollen. And so what I do is I do one hand at a time, and I take my rings off. Of course, I don't have any kind of lotions on my hand, but what I do is I put my hand in there and I just kind of let it go, let it vibrate, let the heat hit it, let it massage my whole hand, and then I'll switch just while we're sitting there watching TV at night. And I've really, really liked it. I got one for my mom as well last Christmas. She actually has 2 of them so that she doesn't have to wait to switch. So she got 2 of them. Okay, I'll let Joe also show you our next product as well. There you go.
It's the Life Pro Strength Training Squat Wedges. So they're about 5 pounds a piece. So they're not light. Yeah. They will stay in place. They do have a rubber foot on the bottom of each one of them. It does come with like a little strength band with it as well. I mean, this is heavy duty steel. Wherever you're going to put this, it'll stay wherever you plant it. I haven't done squats in a long time, but we've started using these, even if you're going to be doing like, kind of calf raises and things like that. It's kind of nice. It's again, it does have a texture to it. So your foot's not going to slip off of it, which is really nice. We've been building out our kind of workout room over the last year or so here. We try. So we're going to be getting in there more often now that we're...
So I actually got these because I'm not, like, if I tried to squat, I would probably get stuck and not be able to do it. And even some of the exercises where I do have to kind of bend down, I know that I'm not going to be able to get all the way back up. And so I got these for me just because I have a lot of mobility issues. And I felt like, okay, maybe if I had that as a little bit of a help, it might alleviate some so that I can still physically do it. I might not be doing it all the way, but I'm at least trying to do it and trying to do the movements. So I grabbed those for myself.
Needless to say, we'll be using this with our squat rack.
Right, exactly. Another thing that I got, and I think a lot of people don't really think about during Prime Day deals are, and I mentioned this yesterday, the consumables. So ZenWise makes a joint support that has the chondroitin, MSM, and the glucosamine in it as well. And it says on here, I'm going to just read it to you what it literally says on here. To stay active and fill zen, this promotes mobility, supports joint health, it can help maintain healthy cartilage, and it may help relieve joint stiffness. And so I'm kind of at that point. It also has hyaluronic acid, turmeric root in here as well. And so for me, I'm kind of willing to try anything that tells me that I could get some joint support at this point in time because I need it. And so I saw these were on deal and I wanted to kind of prompt those. As well as with ZenWise, something that I use on a daily basis are their digestive enzymes. I found out that with my autoimmune disease that I have, that any type of inflammation just kind of helps feed everything. And so I want everything to be moving through my digestive system like as it should be, even if it needs a little bit of help, so that I don't have any type of inflammation to make things worse. Another thing that I just received yesterday, like legit last night, is, and I'm really excited, I took one already from the larger bundle that they gave because I got one whole bundle that was just immunity shots, and then this one has hydration and immunity wellness shots in it. The Reset Bioscience, I'm working with them on another platform, and they sent me a lot of these. I wanted to try specifically the immunity shots just because I can go around people and I get sick like that. So for me, anything that's going to help with that, I'm all about it. Their immunity shots has vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but it's L-glutathione. Is that right, Joe?
Yes.
Joe's the sciencey guy. So this for me, I really thought was great. For people who also follow a keto diet, since I'm the ketosis mom, I want to point this out as well. The hydration shots that they have, this is basically those electrolyte drinks that you're having to put in water and then chug down your water all day long. They made just a quick little shot for you to kind of go ahead and, okay, I've got all my electrolytes and I feel hydrated and I'm good to go. It's all of those different minerals that you might be missing by following a keto diet to make sure that you have everything that you need. So this from Reset Bioscience, I know that a lot of their products are on deal today. They have a lot of different ones. They've got one for beauty. They've got one for brain health. They've got all kinds of jazz under their array there. But I will say I did take the immunity shot last night and it just tastes like you're taking a shot of like something that's orange, and it's not hard to get down. It tastes good and it's kind of pleasant, honestly. Like I liked it, but I'm like, you don't drink them constantly, but these are good. I thought I wanted to show them. Okay. The very next item that I'm going to show, I got the last Prime Day deals. This is the Grande Lash. So this is just something that you put right on the top of your eye when you go to sleep. I'll pull it out so you guys can see it. See that little wand? You just do a quick clear liquid line across the top of your eyes to basically just help your lashes grow, condition your lashes. So where I was talking about conditioning the ends of your hair, you would do the same with your lashes with this Grande Lash Enhancing Serum. I will say that I've used other lash serums in the past, and sometimes they can leave that kind of dark line going across your eyelid. This does not do that, and I have felt like my eyelashes have felt stronger and the mascara is going on, and then my lashes are kind of hitting up here now. So I do think this is a good purchase, and I saw it was on Prime Day deal again. Okay, I'm going to let Joe go over his next item while I go try to hunt down the eye patches that I see them right over there.
Where are they at? Maybe I just go get those for you.
No, well, they're in that one. That's the second one down.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So right. Joe's going to go ahead and do his demonstration while I try to get the eye patches. Go ahead.
So I'm going to talk about two of the Aged and Chard's kits. The one over here is your cocktail smoker kit, and the one over here is your old-fashioned cocktail kit. I'd say if you're having just kind of yourself, your significant other, a couple drinks, this one's great. If you're having a party and you want to have kind of a little bit of a show, the old-fashioned cocktail kit's a little bit better. So I'm going to go over what comes in with each one of them, and I'm going to do the demo with this one, but I'm going to show how it works with the cocktail smoker kit as well. So this is a solid wood case, just so anybody's questioning or wondering.
It's nice.
It comes with instructions, so if you're not sure how to use it, you'll have it. It comes with everything you need to do a cocktail smoking. It has the little wood chamber. It's got a couple of replacement mesh little like thimbles to put the wood chips in. It comes with apple, cherry, oak, hickory. It comes with a little brush to clean it out. One of the things that is nice is it does come with the butane fuel. You don't often see that with a lot of the kits. And then it does come with a torch, and I am going to use this one when I do the demo.
Which one are you going to demo first?
I'm only going to demo one of them. Just because I'm going to show how it works with this one. I'm not going to do it twice. It's the same thing.
Right.
This one, you still have it in the package. Well, we're already using the butane and torch and chips from this one, so I'm not going to go through it all over again. So the old-fashioned kit does come with everything you need to. I will say it only comes with one type of wood chip. This one comes with the oak. It has a few different thimbles. Like I said, it does come, for a party, so to speak. So you're going to be going through this a little bit more. It does have the brush for cleaning. It does have the butane lighter. And it does come with the butane as well for the fuel. So I'm going to put these off to the side to give myself more room. And, the way these work is very similar. This one has a little barrel, so you get a little bit of a show. But what I'm going to show you is just kind of the gist of how this one will work. Mm-hmm. So it does come like this.
If you wanted to smoke my tea for me, I'd be okay with that.
So you pop this in top, and what I will show you is, that little kind of mesh thimble goes in the top here. That way it holds the wood chips. And then, come on, there you go. I did it a little bit so you can see a little bit of the smoke. But essentially you would pop this on top, and then the smoke would all go down.
Show the full thing.
Yeah. Sorry, a little
bit. You got to have the lid ready to put it on once you see that it has kind of caught fire. Joe's taking too long because Joe doesn't normally do this.
You can see there is smoke inside the cup. I see it.
No, we can't see it. You didn't. I'm going to do this because Joe doesn't do it right. Yeah. Joe doesn't do it right. He doesn't do it right.
There you go.
Now you can see the smoke going down in there. Joe's not normally the one who makes our cocktails or our smoked glasses. It's normally me.
There's not enough wood chips in there anyways.
And so, I've gotten to where I love the way that it smells, so I'll even smoke my coffee before.
But what I do want to show is everybody this one, because I think this is a little easier to see. And
see, Joe,
is it placed really well in there?
It's placed really well.
Perfect.
So
I want to make sure everybody sees this one.
This is the same concept. Have your lid ready.
Yeah, I have it ready.
Okay. So this is the same concept. You want to light the wood chips that are the flavor that you want, and then as soon as it kind of catches fire, you want to cover it so it forces all the smoke to go down into the barrel. You did not do it right, but that's okay.
I think it just needs to be replaced because the wood chips in here have been used already. So
he can't even. I can't trust him with anything, can I? There it is. Cover it. Boom. Now you can see all the smoke that's going down in there. So what I typically do that's a little bit different than what Joe's doing, I will hold the lighter on there longer like what he just did so that you can go ahead and start seeing the smoke going down in the glass. Then as soon as I take that heat off, I go ahead and cover it so that it forces everything down into the glass. What's nice about the barrel, I want to make sure that I have it highlighted for everybody. But what's nice about the barrel is that if you are having a party.
And a lot of people are clicking on it.
Right. And there's a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of people clicking on it. And then there's a lot of different glasses that you need to smoke for people, or you want to smoke, you know, like a couple of shot glasses, or you want to smoke different size glasses, or you want to smoke mugs. Because yes, the first one, this one that Joe went over first, that's just the full kit that comes in the wood case, I think is an amazing, amazing gift to give someone at the holidays, because it just looks like fabulous. It looks fantastic.
And I do want to point out, it's not just me that I didn't do this long enough. It's that I didn't swap out the chips from the last time, so they're fairly well charred. So they're not going to smoke that much.
Y'all hear these excuses? Do you hear his excuses? I do. I hear all the excuses. No. So, excuse me. You know, it's not just for people who are like making cocktails at a party. I will be honest with y'all. I smoke my coffee just because I love the way that the taste is, the aroma. I love the smell. I mean, I honestly would rather smell this in my house than like a lit candle.
And the thing is, you don't have to smoke the liquid itself. You can put some ice cubes in there, and you can smoke the ice cubes and then put your drink in.
It's good stuff. Let me just tell you guys. A lot of people will smoke the glass and then they'll pour the drink in. That's kind of the way that a lot of people do it. That's just, you know, to each their own, right? Both of those were on deal, and I wanted to make sure that I pointed them out.
You can see the smoke's still inside there. It's still in there.
And I mean,
watch. Let's do it.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, smoke's
now you get to smell it. I mean, realistically, so this sits up in Joe's office because that's where everything is like kind of wooden looking.
It does have a magnet there, so it'll keep the door closed.
So I feel like I should just start doing this in his office each day and then lifting it so that the house smells like
None of this is flimsy. This is heavy. This is probably 10 pounds from this. This is probably a 10-pound box or close to it as well. So it is very well made. It looks great up on a shelf, or we have this on a counter. You know, so it does look great just for a presentation area if you want to have it in your office or if you have a little bar area. Looks good.
I just think they both make great gifts. Either one of them. These are definitely my two favorite from Aged and Charred in general. Okay, the very next item that I am going to go over is something that I will be gifting to my mom. This is from, and I want to pronounce it, Tweaksy, I believe. It's called the Hinge. And if you all are, you know, like Cricut people or crafters, or you have little tiny objects that need to get stored, like little pins or something, this is really great to have. This is, it says it's a scrap, the world's best scrap collector. It fits on any flat surface, basically. It will magically cling. You can lift it straight up to get it off, but you can also bend it. See how this one is bent right here? So let's say you're working with things with your Cricut and you're having to kind of peel some of those little pieces off, and you don't want those sticky pieces kind of sitting all around. You would take the little device that you're using and you would just put it right down in here so that it holds it, and then you can clean this whole little device out later. And so this is going to be part of my mom's stocking this year because she is our Cricut lady. She is our crafter grandma. And I have seen every crafter that I have been watching, like different things that they've been doing for the holidays and different things they've been creating, has one of these. So these are on deal. If you've got a crafter in your life, you might want to grab one of these for them. Another thing that I use on a daily basis, and I'm trying to grab things without going off screen, this is called Hickey. I used to pronounce it Hikey, and then I was corrected and told that it's pronounced Hickey. So this is a aluminum-free deodorant that is basically for your entire body. So if you sweat on your elbows or you sweat behind your knees, you can put this there so that you don't have sweat there. Any kind of fold that you have, your armpits, like, you know, the insides of your legs, like anything, anywhere on your entire body, this can be used there. And so I was looking for something, this is baking soda free, paraben free, and aluminum free. I was looking for something back when I was pregnant that was aluminum free, and I had a really hard time finding one that I felt like worked. or like halfway through the day, I wasn't like, oh gosh, I feel like I smell. This is one that works, and so I have stuck with it. I like a lot of the Hickey products. They also have like a all over body wipe towel that I use. So I wanted to make sure that I pointed this out because a lot of people aren't thinking about those consumable type items. Another product that I need to reach out to the brand about, the Style Edit. This is a root concealer. It's an instant touch up for dark roots. Since I have done my hair dark instead of blonde now, I do need to reach out to Style Edit and ask them to send me some of their brunette version because I can finally try that. But this is something that I've used for years from Style Edit. Style Edit has a powder, they have a spray, and it's just something that can help you go longer in between your salon appointments. They have a lot of different colors. I've done a lot of videos for blondes on what each of the blonde colors look like. So if you need to search for that, you can find that in my storefront on Amazon. The next item Joe's going to go over for you, but it is one of my favorite items.
Is it on me yet?
Yeah, it is.
All right, this is the 5 Stars United stuffed animal storage bag.
Yes.
So it does have, I want to point out, it does have a strap. It kind of works like a beanbag chair, except you have stuffed animals in it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get the clutter out of the room. I'll just kind of show you. We do have stuffed animals in here of various kinds.
Of various kinds. So a little backstory behind this. Our kids have stuffed animals in their bedroom. They also have stuffed animals over in their playroom. And we had like, what do you think, Joe? Probably 7 totes.
Yeah.
7 of those kind of tall canvas totes just stuffed full of different stuffed animals, basically. And so when I saw these with one of the PR companies that I work with, I thought, oh my gosh, that's perfect. We got rid of all 7 of the totes, and we have 2 of these now that are stuffed with all the stuffed animals. Plus, it doubles as the kids being able to use it as a seat. I gifted one of these to all of our nieces last Christmas because I was so excited about it. I don't know if they use it or not. I've not heard, but I hope that they did because they have helped us with stuffed animals gravely. So if you know a parent or a child who has a lot of stuffed animals, or honestly, the reason that I gave this to one of our nieces is because I know she has asthma. And this kind of just protects the animals from sitting out collecting dust because they're inside of a thicker cover.
And it is washable.
Yes, and it is washable. So if you have ones that are still potty training like we do, then you might have accidents, but it is washable. And you should only put soft, washable things on the inside as well. All right, Joe is going to go over the Shishibo shape shifting cube for you.
So we have a few different versions of this particular one, and then Jen has a different one that she's going to go over with y'all in a minute. But the kids love these. They play with them. They make different shapes and, you know, fold into different types of things where it just kind of keeps them busy for a while.
Yeah.
And then they'll ask, you know, where's my cube? I want to play with the cube. It's good for car rides too if you don't want them always on a tablet, just something for them to play around with and keep them busy just so that they're not annoying you as a parent.
Right.
I guess asking, are we there yet? Many times.
Instead, they're trying to build fun things with their cube.
It's really nice. The kids love them. Different shapes, different types of things they can do. And this version you can kind of merge together with another similar cube and make larger shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
And then Jen has...
I'm actually going to go backwards just a moment because I realized I didn't ever go back to these. So I did get these out of our bin right over here, and I wanted to go over them very quickly. These are the puffy dark circle little gold eye mask sets that I have. These are, and let me show you all very quickly, and then we will move on back into what we were talking about. These are individually packed, so you get a few down in here, and then each of the ones inside these packs are also individually packed. So if you're wanting something that you can fill like a couple of different stockings with, or a couple of different little like coworker gift type things with, you could get one set of these and then have a lot of individual ones that you could stock down into like teachers gifts or coworker gifts or things like that. So I wanted to point that out because these have a fairly large % off during Prime Day deals, and I wanted to make sure that I pointed this out as like a great stocking stuffer or like multiple person gifting option as well. So now I'm going to go back to what Joe was just talking about with the cubes. I'm going to let him show you his cube on his side, and then I'm going to show you my cube on my side.
So if you saw me a few minutes ago, I am still playing with it. And I created a different shape now, so I went from a square to
They're addicting. They're a little addicting because you start working with it and then you just keep going, and it's, I mean, mine opens a little bigger. So the Cubendi, the biggest difference between the Cubendi and the Shishibo, in my opinion, is the Shishibo, I feel like the magnets are stronger, and that's why you can put like 2 of them together. And then the Cubendi, I feel like the magnets are a little looser. But I feel like the Cubendi is good for my 4-year-old, whereas the 6-year-old does really well with the Shishibo cube. And I know when my father-in-law was here, he was like, what is this thing? And he started kind of playing with it. And he, you know, our oldest was showing him like how they work and what you can do and the different shapes you can make with it. But these are just really great to kind of put, even if you wanted to put one on your desk just for like stress relief. These are also great stocking stuffers if you're stocking up for the holidays or a gift for basically any age, I feel like. These are just like little fidget toys, but it's also like a stress relief. Like, this is relaxing to me to just sit here and keep doing different shapes and creating different things. And like Joe said, they're also great for the car as well, especially if you don't want your kids on a tablet all the time. All right, the next item Joe is going to show you all. This is from the Butler. Yeah. We use these literally every day.
Art and craft painting smock. I do want to point out it does have a Velcro strap on the back, or a Velcro little like tab to keep it closed in the back. It's not all the way up at their neck, so it's not going to be choking them out. Right. It comes in a lot of different colors. It's washable. Again, you have kids, they make messes, it's washable. It's got 3 little pockets down here. If you're using it kind of as something for them to wear at mealtime, just make sure something didn't fall into the pocket, because we found that out later that, you know, some mac and cheese made its way in there. But it's also used, you know, if you have like different paint brushes, they can put it in here if they want to. It's not going to get on them because it's waterproof, so it's going to make sure that it doesn't stain their clothes. But the kids love them. They have 2 or 3 different ones each that they wear depending on where they're at.
They do. They have all the different colors. So one thing that I think these are really great for is, one, they're longer than your traditional just like bib. Because my kids, they're not going to wear bibs anymore, but they will wear this. They can put it on their own. It stays down because it has the elastic sleeves. The Velcro is lower onto their back so that it's not up around their neck, kind of choking them. And like, let's say they come to dinner, but they've got their Pokemon cards with them and they don't want to put their Pokemon cards down. We'll have them slip the cards right there into the front pocket of their Butler smock, and they can eat and then not mess up their clothes. If if you're going out to eat, especially with all the holidays coming up, and I know a lot of people are dressing their kids in nicer clothes, you don't want them to ruin their clothes before picture time or before they're running around at a wedding or whatever they're doing. You want to kind of protect their clothes so that they still look nice, especially in photos and, like I said, at the holidays. But our kids, we use this constantly. They ask for ice cream everywhere we go. And if they have this with them, the answer is usually yes. So they make sure we have them.
From the Butler, we have the Silicone Kids Art Mat. So I do want to point out that it does have, even though you may not be able to see it, a ruler along the bottom and along the side if they're looking to try to measure things. It's got a little removable cup that is magnetic that will stay here. See? And it pops out kind of like one of those little dog dishes, portable dog dishes. So you can put water in here if they're working with different color paints to kind of rinse it off. It is textured on the bottom, so they can kind of rub it on the bottom to get the paint off of their paintbrush before moving on to the next thing. It does have holders for the paintbrushes or whatever else they're using here. You could put them upright or just put them into the little slots here. It does have 10 wells here for different colors. It also has this little flower over here with another 7 colors over here. So it is kind of nice for them to be able to do that. This folds back down, So it is easy to put back and fold on itself.
This is also something, it's meant for artwork, just like the art smock.
But we use them for a food mat.
We do. They're thicker. They're very easy to clean. Yep. If the kids spill on it, it's not going through the mat. It's staying on it, and you just wipe it right up. We have 2 mats, both the pink and the blue one, that just sit on the girls' table where they eat, and then they can quickly wipe things up. It's also nice that that little cup is there, because let's say they have snacks that they're wanting after dinner, or they already had a handful of snacks and it's dinner time, then you can make them put that in the cup, tell them they can have it after dinner time. If they keep messing with it, then you just pick the cup up and go off with it. And then of course, if you have water in there, it's easier to take the cup off and go fill it with water and then bring it back than having to take the whole mat. You know, we had mats before that were a lot thinner, you know, they stained really easily, stuff stuck to them. Nothing like that happens with this one. This has been one of our best mats. We also have the Bazooka bubble gun,
the Busy Bubbles bubble gun. And one of the things I do want to point out with this particular gun is when you get it, I'm warning you now, it comes with a rechargeable battery. Make sure you recharge it first before you tell the kids you're going to use the bubble gun, because they will be disappointed when you tell them you can't use it right now, because it's really cool. It comes with the bubble solution in a little tray to kind of put the end in as it blows the bubbles out. Kids love it. Our kids love bubbles. Our youngest got picked to be on stage at Dollywood for a bubble show, and you know, it was probably
We've been obsessed with bubbles.
Life-changing experience for her. So she loves bubbles. Can't get enough of them, and you know, I'd recommend this to any kid that likes bubbles as well.
It's a great gift, as well as the next item that Joe's going to go over, which is the game that we played. I'm going to do a little backstory again. We got a miniature version of this in a kids meal, and it was so funny playing it with the kids that we sought out the full game, which is the Skillmatics Guess in 10 card game. This is really, I believe, for all ages. Now, it says on there 6 to 99 years. We have a 4-year-old who also loves playing this and asks to play all the time. Now, she does need help reading the cards, but each card will tell you an animal. There's some buzzwords that you say. So, for instance, the hippopotamus, the buzzwords are, I can't read it.
Swimmer, heavy, mammal.
So a heavy swimmer, mammal. And that's all you get. Then you have to ask 10 questions. You can ask up to 10 questions
about the animal here.
So I could say, you know, does it eat meat? And Joe's going to have a fact on there that says, like, you know, no, it's a
and then
herbivore.
If you can't get it after a certain amount of time, you have up to 10 questions. Card. You can use a clue card, and they can pick clues 1 through 3. They pick one of them. You only get 3 of these during the whole game.
Joe cheats at this game.
And then they can try and use that clue, because usually one of these clues will help you.
Yeah.
Like, for example, number 3 is pretty easy. My eyes and ears are on top of my head.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that could be a lot of different.
But for a mammal, it's you know, you might think an alligator or a crocodile, or you know, it's going to be a hippo.
But I mean, you ask questions like, okay, does it live in the ocean? Does it live on land? Does it live in the forest? You know, you can ask colors. And so what it does is it just teaches kids and adults to ask questions to help them figure things out, and then really think about what all the answers are to come up with what the answer is. It's a very, very cute game. They do have other ones as well. So there's the Guess in 10 Junior. They do have a Guess in 10, I believe, that's like different states, but that would be a little more advanced for us. That might be the next Guess in 10 game that we get. Right. Another thing that I got recently, because I have a first grader, and then I also have one that's what's considered like VPK.
It's obviously been used. I can't get it back in the box. Learn to read alphabet flashcards.
Right.
So I'll just pull one of these out.
Right. They are actually organized by color, and the way that the instructions say is that they have found that these specific groups of letters together have been the easiest to learn together in studies. And so you start with different letters letters first, which, you know, it's not your typical like A, B, C, right? If you look on the color codes, I forget which one is first. It's either blue or green, but my youngest loves getting these out. She's trying to learn what the letters are. She's trying to write them.
And it's upper and lowercase.
It is. It's upper and lowercase because she'll say, that's a little b. And then she'll write the little b. And then on the back, it gives you pictures as well as words that start with that letter so that you can also start working with them on what the sound is. And, you know, we just got a report back from my first grades class that she's having trouble with the letter U and like how U sounds in different words. And so we're even kind of taking it back with her and going over with her some of these as well. And I know I will say that the Skillmatics that I just went over right here, if you click on the Skillmatics profile, they also have what sight word cards as well with Skillmatics that go all the way up to 3rd grade. But this one that Joe's showing you is really just for the letters, and you can take these off of those little rings as well and just like kind of spread them around the room. And a game that we play a lot with the girls, we call like Swat It. Or I know there's a game called Splat that does it too, but we take a fly swatter and whoever can run to the letter first and smack it and then say this is the letter gets to keep that card, and then whoever has the most cards at the end is the winner and they get a prize. So, you know, little cards like this, and the fact these are thick cards. They're not your typical flimsy cards that my 4-year-old can just rip or like crumble up. They are a thicker, like hard card, which is nice. Okay, another item that is on deal today. I want to figure out how I can show it to you all. It's probably going to be this camera over here. I'm just going to do this. It's right here. Right there. This is the pluggable Thunderbolt. I do have the box for this behind me, I believe. Let me make sure I put that camera back how I need to. I do. It's right here. The Thunderbolt is what I use, obviously, because I just showed it to you all. The Thunderbolt is what I use for all these cameras and lights and monitors and everything that's going around here. If you are looking at having multiple monitors, let's say you're going to be working from home, you need a camera, you need your mic, you need 2 monitors, you need your laptop over here plugged up in a docking station, you might need a light, whatever you need. This is thebomb.com as far as how many different ports, HDMIs, everything that you can have with it. And it really like stands up to its name. It is pluggable. You plug it in and you go. Like there's nothing else that you have to do with this. All of the pluggable products are very, very simple and easy to use. And I have used this Thunderbolt for a 1.5 years now, I think. And I've really, really, really liked it. Okay, today you're going to see on your screen, I'm going to put this back behind me. Today you're going to see on your screen, it should say claim deals right there, and it says on mine in yellow, and then it says live exclusive deals, save up to 5% off of eligible products. I want everybody to click that right there. When you click that, you should get something right here that says deals claimed. So now that deal is claimed for me, I'm going to show you guys what it is for. Happy deal day, big prime days, Chelsea. I'm just now seeing our comments coming in, and I have no idea when these were left. So deals, everything must go is what somebody else said. So for these specifically, I'm going to show you guys something over here. I want to pull it up so that you can see it. This is the, I believe it's pronounced, is it GV?
I can't say.
We are horrible at names. We butcher names. I'm just going to tell you guys that. If the brand doesn't tell us like how you say it, you know, we think it's GV. This is the ice maker that we have at our house. The one that is an additional 5% off right now is their white one. And I know that a lot of people have like kind of like that all white and gold kitchen, and that's like a thing right now. We picked the one that has the window in it because we wanted to visually like see the ice on the inside. This is the household countertop nugget ice maker. So the good ice, right, that we have at our house in our like snack area and like coffee bar area that we use on a daily basis. What's really nice about this is that you can pour the water right on that outside tray that folds down, and it all goes down in there because of the way that the lip is on here, and then it tells you if it needs water or it tells you if it's making ice. And so it's nice that the visuals are there for you to be able to